Hi Taurus, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on the Fool's Journey Tarot. This is a general love reading for the sign of Taurus for this upcoming week in June. Today is Monday, June 22nd, 2020. This is a general love read, so that means that it can apply to just about anything, romantic, relationships, or otherwise. I don't normally set specific intentions for the type of message that comes through, so anything can come through, and if you can think of it, it might apply. Also, don't forget to be flexible with the energy. Don't be concerned about the gender of the cards. You can mix and match the roles within the reading, and that means you might feel like I'm reading for you, but you could also potentially feel like you're cross-watching for somebody that you're dealing with. Parts of this reading may resonate, other parts may not. My intention is to reach those that need the message and will benefit from it. So hopefully that's you today, Taurus, and hopefully by the time you finish watching this, you feel like you have something that's helpful to you or beneficial to you in some way, shape, or form. So we'll get started here shortly. Carmilla is in the background. She's hanging out on her cage. She just took a bath in her water dish. Sylvester's also here. He's hanging out on the windowsill in the sunshine. And so the whole gang is here. The household's pretty calm. Everything's very quiet and feeling good. So hopefully we'll get a nice reading for Taurus. See what's going on with you guys, okay? So let's get started. One more shuffle. Here we go. We're going to start with the Eight of Cups in reverse, paired with the King of Swords in reverse. Six of Swords, Five of Pentacles, King of Wands in reverse, Five of Swords in reverse, Two of Swords in reverse, and then we have the Eight of Wands in reverse. So I'm sensing conflict, possibly some fighting or some arguing, maybe something that's just ended. It feels like a conflict possibly, or a fight that maybe you walked away from, Taurus. Left it unresolved. King of Wands, King of Swords on the table. There's some reactive energy, like anger. Someone feeling upset. Maybe some hostility. And to me, it feels like it's possible things went left unresolved. Maybe you left the scene, got out of there, decided that there was no way to see eye to eye, perhaps. It's possible that communication has stopped. I'm just getting a lot of volatility from this first set of cards, a sense of anger and frustration. Fighting and then leaving because there's no way to resolve things. Maybe the person or people that you're dealing with are just not seeing your perspective or not coming to terms with something. With the King of Swords in reverse, this can indicate somebody who is very harsh in nature, especially with communication. Or it can indicate somebody who's just not communicating well. Somebody who's very brutal and cutting with their words, if they're speaking at all. I'm just getting the feeling that there's some kind of conflict and somebody left in the heat of the moment. Everything's totally up in the air and totally unresolved. Maybe with the sense that there can't be any conclusion to the conflict. And so maybe it's best just to leave well enough alone, that kind of thing. Let's get some more cards out here and see what else we get for you, Taurus. Nine of Cups in reverse. Six of Swords, this time in reverse. The Tower in reverse. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Five of Pentacles again. Knight of Wands. Three of Cups in reverse. And then we have the Lovers. Clarifying the Eight of Wands. Okay, so this involves a group of people, could be family, friends, social circle, something of that nature, but there's a disagreement or disruption within a group dynamic, something that's gone unresolved. This King of Wands seems to be in the center of it. He is not being successful at getting his point across. There's some sense of leaving something behind, or a missed opportunity, or some kind of loss that this King of Wands is dealing with right now. This could have to do with some kind of job or work opportunity, some kind of financial endeavor, something that he's walking away from, something that he's leaving behind, or he's being asked to leave, possibly. I don't think he's going without a fight, but I do think he's going. But before he leaves, he's going to leave some choice words behind. And at this point in time, I don't feel like he feels like he has any other choice but to get down and dirty with regard to whatever this is, Taurus. I do sense a lot of hostility. But then the sense of, okay, well, nobody's going to win this fight. I'm out. But before I go, you're going to know how I feel about the situation. And I'm not going to sugarcoat things, says this King of Swords. I'm going to tell it like it is. I'm going to tell you what's on my mind, and I'm not going to be nice about it. This King of Wands is losing something, like I said. Again, this could be a financial matter or something having to do with work or a job situation. Maybe this King of Wands is leaving a job situation. King of Wands in reverse can be somebody who's in a position of power, or maybe he's in a position of power and misusing his power. Perhaps he feels like he doesn't have any control, or is unable to make decisions, or lets other people make decisions for him. Maybe that's something that's gone on for a while and he got sick of it. So decided to put his foot down, stand up for what he wanted, what he felt like was right, or what he felt he needed to do. Was met with dissenting opinions, people who were disagreeing with them. I feel like there's one connection in particular within this group dynamic, possibly, again, family group, friends, co-workers, colleagues. There's one person in particular that is significant in this reading, in addition to this King of Wands. Could be that a relationship, an actual relationship or connection within this group is actually the problem, or the focus of the conflict. So let's get some more cards out here, Taurus, and see what else we can get for you. There's the King of Wands again in reverse. And then we have the Eight of Cups again in reverse. Four of Pentacles. Four of Wands. The Sun. Three of Cups, this time in the upright position. King of Pentacles. And then we have the Eight of Wands in the upright, clarifying the Eight of Wands in reverse. Okay, so this is a one-person reading so far. All of the kings on this table are the same person, Taurus. I believe this is your energy, and I want to remind my female viewers, I know most of you are female. You can embody this king's energy, first of all. So if you resonate with this reading, this can absolutely represent you. You just happen to be embodying masculine energy, but this could also be somebody that you're dealing with, or you could be an external party. I'm going to get more cards out here, so we might still have some more people that show up in this reading. But what I'm getting is this King of Wands. This King of Wands got stuck in a situation that he probably manifested himself, and he's probably kicking himself right now. What happened is this person's in a position of authority. This person is in a position where he could be a patriarch, for example, a boss, a head of a company, owner of a company, or something of that nature. But this person is like the head of a group of people. Again, this could be a group of friends, for example, where someone kind of takes on this leadership role. But this person, even though he's in that position, he really didn't act as, this almighty leader who's going to make all the decisions, who's going to tell you what you have to do. Instead, he was kind of in a position of leadership, but kind of took a back seat. And he did that because he has a significant amount of loyalty for the people that surround him, whether this is family, again, friends, colleagues, or even employees. And what he wanted to do is allow the people around him to kind of dictate the way things went, or have more of a say in how things were run, or that type of thing. It does feel like it could potentially have to do with a long-term goal, job or work opportunity, or some kind of creative endeavor, something that could potentially have been profitable, but at this point in time, at least this king is walking away from it. He's letting it go. And the reason he's decided to let it go is because he gave up too much of his power. He's decided to move away from this and leave it behind. What happened, I believe, is that he didn't voice his opinion enough. Or if he did voice his opinion, the people that surround him got used to the idea that he was more likely to think about the people giving their opinions than about what he wanted, because again, there's a certain level of loyalty that this person has. It was expected of him to embody this very nurturing, loyal, protector, provider, kind of father figure energy, where he's going to put others first, and that included other people's opinions over his, allowing other people to move things in the direction that the people surrounding this person wanted to go, rather than maybe the way he thought things should go, or things should move forward. There came a point in time, and this feels like it's something that happened in the present or recent past. It's happening right now, or it's happened in the recent past, where this king decided to speak up. Because there's some pent-up aggression going on here. Things were not turning out the way he thought that they would. And so it feels like he tried to take action, or tried to make some power plays, or tried to do things his way. And he was met with dissenting opinions, people who were not agreeing with him, people who were not seeing his point of view, or had gotten so used to this king kind of bending to the will of others that when he did stand up and say, hey, let's do it this way instead, he was met with conflict rather than people saying, okay, yeah, you know what? You've kind of allowed us to have our way for a long time. Let's try it your way. Instead of people saying that and kind of playing fair, he was met with conflict. And I think he got pissed. And I think that, hang on, I set these cards up wrong. Sometimes I pick them up and then I put them back the wrong way. Anyway, what I'm getting more than anything, I guess I could make this a really short and quick description I'm carrying on. I'm trying to go through all the cards here, but I think what happened is this is somebody who had a specific idea in mind on how to move forward with something. Again, this could have been a business opportunity, a creative endeavor, anything, some kind of long-term goal. It was definitely a long-term goal, something that this king's been working on for a while, and I believe he's been working on it with a group of people. He had a certain idea in mind, and maybe he was kind of steering things in the right direction, but overall he was giving other people the ability to kind of make the decisions and move things forward, and ultimately what he ended up with was he got stuck with something he didn't really want, or it was moving in the direction that he had never intended. And he realized I think he realized it was starting to get to a point where he would not be able to return to his vision, his plans, the outcomes he was hoping for. And it feels like there may have been some kind of explosive blowout. It feels like some kind of big fight, and it may have been triggered by this king who had pent up and bottled up what he really wanted inside so much that it finally came out, and it wasn't pretty when it did. Or it's not pretty. If it's happening right now, it feels like this king has already left the scene. It feels like it's kind of like one of those things where you're in the middle of this fight, it's obvious things are going nowhere, and someone just gets up and leaves and says, F this, I'm not putting up with this crap anymore. What's the point, right? It's not going anywhere, so what's the point of carrying on? And so it could be right now that there is a lack of communication or inability to communicate or reluctance to. Because I feel like this king left in the heat of the moment, and people are pissed. Him especially. This king is not happy. And it all centers around the fact that he really just wanted to be loyal and considerate to everybody involved, and it blew up in his face, is what happened. So I indicated that the animals were being all calm and happy and not pestering me, and thought maybe that we'd have a nice reading for you, Taurus. So this is absolutely not turning out to be what I thought it might be, unfortunately. Well, let's see what else we get. So we have the Ace of Wands. Hierophant. So I get the feeling that there's this expectation that this king will return. Because I think that's what's happened in the past. Maybe there has been some conflict in the past, and he's always come back to maybe try to resolve or mend things or make things right. I'm not sure this king wants to return to try again. Knight of Pentacles. The Tower in reverse again. The Moon. Sylvester, you know what? I don't know what you want to do, but coming down, okay, I know you want the window open, huh? He wants, okay, hold on a minute, just a minute. Queen of Cups. I closed it because there's actually hot air coming in, but he likes to sit there with the window open because it gives him, he has a little bit more space to sit. He's so cute. Isn't he cute? He's adorable. I hope that cheers you up, Taurus. He's adorable. Okay, let's get back to you. So we have Queen of Cups. Three of Pentacles. And Knight of Cups in reverse. Okay, so there is a significant connection that this king has. A Queen of Cups, somebody who he cares, well, this is somebody who loves him. I don't know how he feels about her. The King of Cups is not out here. All the other kings are out here. I feel like this is a person within this group. This Queen of Cups definitely cares for this king. But when he left the situation, he left her behind too. Because she's part of this group. I don't know that this person would be a partner, like a spouse, that kind of thing, because if someone, you know, someone takes off, typically you're going to, you know, take your spouse or significant other with you, right? But I think this queen loves this king, but she didn't go with him when he took off. And again, when I say take off, this could be just someone who got steamed and left the house after the fight blew up, and in the midst of the fight he just left. And, you know, maybe for a night, whatever, maybe for a few hours, but I feel like this person and this king is considering leaving this opportunity behind, where in the past, I think that there may have been some disagreements, maybe some conflict in the past, where things went unresolved, but this king always came back to this opportunity and to this group of people to try to continue to work through things and push forward and make things happen, even if things weren't necessarily going the way of the king, the way that this king wanted them to go. But at this point in time, like I said, I feel like there's been this build-up where he hasn't gotten his way for so long that he got pissed to the point now where I think there is an opportunity to return to the situation and start again, but I'm not sure that that's what he wants to do. I think he's decided that he doesn't want to do that, or at least for the time being, he doesn't want to, because he's still mad. He's still pissed. But whatever it is he's leaving behind, again, it's something that he and this group of people, I feel, have been working on for a considerable amount of time. Again, this could be anything, and this could indicate a home, a business. This could indicate building relationships, a project. It could be anything, but this is something long term. And again, I get the feeling like he has just up and left, and he's left it all behind. possibly the people that are involved in the situation feel that it is in this king's nature to be so dedicated and loyal that even though there's disruption within this group at this point in time, he is still going to return and work things out, because that's just what he does. He works through the conflict. He works through the turmoil, because that's just the type of person that he typically is. And like I said, this Queen of Cups feels like someone within this group dynamic. She loves this person. Now, the Queen of Cups, I'm not saying that this is a romantic connection. It certainly could be. Certainly could be. She might be considering leaving as well. Because she doesn't want to lose this king. That's what I'm getting from this set of cards. I don't know that she knows yet what she wants to do, but I think she's considering leaving as well if he doesn't come back. She might leave this behind also. So let's get another round out here, Taurus. So I think this king, the expectation is that he would return. He'd always come back because it's just the right thing to do. It's what's expected of him. He's always done it before. You know, this king's not going to get up and leave and never come back to whatever this was that he's working on and building with these people. He's always returned because he does the right thing. Because he is... I mean, the King of Pentacles is just this is somebody you absolutely can trust. No matter what. This is a very loyal individual. Somebody who is a hard worker, dependable, trustworthy, honest. He just blew his lid, though. I don't know if he said the words out loud, I'm leaving and I'm leaving everything behind and I'm not coming back. It doesn't feel like he did. It feels like this is a little bit of a mystery for the people who are involved or surrounding him. They're not sure what his intentions are. Again, it feels like a situation where somebody may have left in the heat of the moment and did not communicate intentions. And so again, there's this expectation that he'll return. But I can tell you right now, based on what I'm seeing, he doesn't want to return. If he does return, he doesn't want to. Because things aren't turning out the way he anticipated. And I don't get the feeling like this person feels like he needs to have his way. Or he needs things done his way. I feel like that's total opposite of this type of person. This is the type of person that probably bends to the will of others too much. Is not assertive until he gets to this breaking point. I mean, I have some foul language going through my head right now, and first of all, I was monetized, so I can't use that foul language on a regular basis or I'll get strikes against me. But also my mom started watching my videos this past month, and she doesn't like the language, and so sometimes it comes out. And Mom, I'm sorry if it comes out once in a while, but I'm telling you right now, I could have some foul language coming out of my mouth because that's what I feel that's going on with this king. If it's not coming out of his mouth, it's going on in his head. I can tell you that. He is pissed. And again, the number one reason why this anger with this person is so extreme is because he kept it pent up for so long. He's avoided speaking his mind for so long. Let's get some more cards out here. There's the King of Swords in the upright this time. Now this is typically this person's persona too. This is somebody who is extremely wise, extremely intelligent, very clear, concise, and articulate when communicating, when expressing himself. But he turned into this. It's possible that in the past, when he's left the situation behind because he got fed up, when he returned, he maybe thought that things would have changed or things would have improved, or maybe people would have seen his point of view and tweaked some things or changed direction. Something along the lines where he would be not just pacified, but content and relieved to see that things maybe were headed in a direction that he had hoped for and wanted. But I think that he has come back to the situation again, bending to the will of others and seeing that nothing has changed. And even when he does speak his mind and he does give clear, concise communication regarding what his wishes are, or what he hopes, or the direction he wants to take, he's ignored or disregarded. And again, I think it's because he's taken the back seat for so long. Queen of Wands in reverse. This is one of the people that is causing this king to react the way he is. The Queen of Wands is somebody who has to have their way. This is somebody who is very disagreeable. This is somebody who's unwielding, unbending, somebody who's not going to compromise. I think this person's been getting her way. I think that things have been moving forward in the direction that she wants them to go. And she's been the catalyst to the problem or the conflict for this king. It's possible this Queen of Cups and Queen of Wands is the same person. I'm going to get some more cards out here and see what else we get. There's the King of Pentacles again. She's depended on his loyalty. She's counted on knowing that this person is reliable and trustworthy and honest and loyal, and she's depended on his loyalty in order to get her way, because she knows what type of person he is. And I think she's taken advantage of him. Judgment. Five of Wands in reverse. The Sun. You know, I get the feeling, let me get this last card out. Eight of Wands again in reverse. I get the feeling, I think this Queen of Cups is the same person as this Queen of Wands. I get the feeling, okay, I started a thought, and then I had other things that were distracting me. The cards are distracting me. I have too many things going on in my head right now. I get the feeling that things in the situation have been glossed over. There has been discontent within this group dynamic for a long time, but it's been glossed over for the sake of working together peacefully. So there is a certain level of necessity for that kind of behavior when you're within a group of people. right? Okay, so you're in this working collaboration type dynamic with this group of people, and there's always going to be people who disagree with each other, or somebody who has a differing opinion, and it is definitely beneficial to put down your sword and just what's the word I want to say? What's the word? I can't think of it. Anyway, put down your sword and just agree to disagree, or bend to the will of others once in a while, right? I don't agree with you, but for the sake of the project, for the sake of working together peacefully, we're going to go ahead and move in your direction, even though I don't necessarily agree with you. I feel like it's come out in the open that there has been dissension within this group for a considerable amount of time, and it just hasn't been addressed. It hasn't been spoken out loud. There probably has been some internal conflict, and I'm not talking about just this king, but within this group dynamic. Again, I feel like there's multiple people involved in the situation. The two energies on the table are this king and queen, king of wands, queen of cups, queen of wands, queen of cups in reverse. Sorry, queen of this person. There's this person, and then there's this king, but there's also this other group of people involved in the situation. So it's very possible, Taurus, for example, you could be within this group dynamic and another person external to the actual reading itself. But this person, this king, has been bending to the will of this individual. And it could be because she loves him. It could be because he understands the emotions behind her relationship with him. You know, lovers came out very early on in this reading, and I got the feeling early on that there was a specific relationship that was basically the root of the problem. And we have here the Eight of Wands twice in reverse, once in the upright, all in the same set of cards. I love when this happens. This is what I live for when I do my tarot readings, these repeat cards that pile on top of each other. And I'm telling you what, it's the unwillingness or lack of communication or unwillingness to be totally honest and upfront about what's going on here that has caused this situation to get to this boiling point where this king has finally left the scene. And it does have to do with this specific relationship between this king and queen. And most of her actions, most of her demands and her actions stem from her love for this king. So, and it's causing conflict, not just for him, but within the group and for this Ace of Pentacles. Whatever this is that this group is doing together, her emotional connection to this king is causing her to have this kind of energy where she is demanding things to be a certain way and move things in a certain direction. And at least up until now, this king has been bending to her will. But we've reached a point of no return with this particular person, this king that's in this group of people. Now, I feel like this King of Wands is instrumental in whatever is going on here. It could be that he was the one who, again, he's got this leadership, patriarchal, head of household, business owner, CEO energy about him. At the same, about, you know, this energy that he's embodying. At the same time, he is the ultimate team player, almost too much so, because while he's in that position to lead and move in the direction that he wants to go, he has allowed others to make those decisions because of his level of loyalty. And at this point in time, I'm just repeating myself, Taurus. So I think I've got the message out of these cards about as best as I can, and we're going to get a Dreams of Gaia tarot card, and then we're going to wrap this up for you. I feel like I'm reading for this king. I've already told you that. You could be this queen, and you could be an external party, but this king's energy is significant in this reading. These two cards want to come out. I'm going to take them both. We have the Seneschal in reverse, and we have the Two of Cups in reverse. These are two potential blockages. And honestly, I think these are going to ring pretty true for this reading. So the Seneschal, the 12 cards in this particular deck, would be the Knight of Pentacles, which did come out, indicating slow, steady movement, growth. Someone who's reliable, dependable, somebody who makes all the right moves, somebody who could be at the service of others, for example. The Seneschal's in reverse. This card does have a little bit of a different meaning. And then the Two of Cups is pretty much the same meaning in this deck. And it will definitely be associated with this relationship between this Queen of Wands, King of Wands, this connection. And again, it's in reverse. So these are both potential blockages. I'm going to read the Seneschal first. Excuse me. And then we're going to wrap it up. Very short passage. I will display the card in the upright, but remember this is reversed and a potential blockage. Is your loyalty to another... Okay, this is just going to blow you away. It's going to blow you away. It's already blowing me away, and I've read 5 words. I know I've read this card before, but I knew it would ring true in this reading. Is your loyalty to another blinding you to their true nature and intentions? Is it creating tension in your relationships with others? Are you blindly following another's lead and embracing what could be seen as pack mentality? Ask yourself if you could do harm to another because the one you serve asks you to. Are you willing to sacrifice your own integrity and reputation in order to serve or follow a person who may not have your best interest at heart? The reversed Seneschal of Earth asks that you do not follow blindly. Question everything, look to the reasons and motives behind your chosen leader's actions, and ask yourself if you are serving them for the greater good or for their own good. I mean, you know, could it be any clearer what that's referencing? Amazing. Tarot was amazing. Absolutely fantastic. Okay, so, and I'm not saying that this reading is, you know, making me bubble over with joy. I can tell it's very difficult and challenging. Taurus, whatever it is you're dealing with, but these cards are giving you a true sense of what's going on, and I hope that they're helpful because the message is pretty clear. So Two of Water again in reverse, potential blockage. Here we go. The Two of Water reversed address the subject of losing our sense of self, our identity, and independence upon entering into a new romantic relationship. It reminds us of the importance of retaining our independence, lest the relationship become one of codependency and inequality. Remember that romantic love is not the only love relationship in our life. There is the love shared between friends, between human and animal companions, for nature, goals, and our interests. These loves are still worthy of our time and attention. Do not focus completely on the new to the detriment of the old. The Two of Water reversed also symbolizes the importance of not allowing yourself to be drawn into a quarrel between friends or lovers, or to be forced to take sides. If you find yourself in such a situation, remain non-judgmental, compassionate, and loving to both. I don't think there's anything left to say, honestly. This reading was as clear as day. I don't know what the solution to this is, Taurus. I'm going to tell you this, okay? This person is calling the shots. Taurus, if you're the king here and I'm talking to you as though you are, you have taken the back seat long enough. Whatever this person is dictating that you do is because of their emotional attachment to you. Whatever that looks like, whether it's an emotional love connection, friendship-based, but whatever this is, this person is dictating how things move forward. And that's why things are a mess right now. You have to decide what's important to you, Taurus. If you want to continue to move toward this goal or this endeavor, then this person needs to stop calling the shots and needs to stop having her way because she's messing shit up. And it might be that this is a very close personal connection to you. Someone that you don't want to leave behind. This is definitely someone who doesn't want you to leave them behind. I can tell you that much, Taurus. But perhaps maybe it's time to separate the two, the relationship itself, and then whatever this goal is for you, so that you can move forward with both. You know, maybe there is something valid about nepotism, for example. Maybe there is a good reason why you don't have your spouse calling the shots in your place of business. Because, you know, well, I don't need to explain that anymore. Just makes sense. So anyway, I'm going to go, I mean, it doesn't make sense for everybody. I mean, obviously there's going to be people who work great together and they're married couple. I'm not saying that at all. Obviously there are every possibility and potential relationships and business connections and people who work together. There's all that, but in this particular case, it's not working. In this particular case, it's just not working. Okay, enough rambling, Taurus. I'm going to let this go. This reading is really long, so if you made it through the whole thing, thank you so much for watching. I hope it resonated. If it did, please like, share, subscribe, and or leave a comment if you want to. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Taurus.